Hi guys, I hope there is someone already here. So I just wanted to start early. We were normally starting at 8:30, but today we are going to start at 8, and until we have some polished website or some website where we can understand what the website is doing. Until then, we will keep the session running. Like there is no 1 hour hard limit on this live session. So just be ready. Maybe I can. So I'm expecting someone to chip in the next couple of minutes. Let me drop a message or a post on the group itself. There is one person already here. Thank you for joining. Hi, how are you doing? The 3 people already. That's great. I'm here. Thanks a lot for coming, Mohammed. Again, thanks a lot. I wanted to show you something, which I left unfinished yesterday. So it was regarding the sticky. So when you said we cannot stick something when we are already using Flex, I said about it. So I think we can discuss that for a couple of minutes. So first thing, let me open the website that I've been working on, so that we have been together working on. Like there is no singular when we are a team, right? Okay, just 1 second. Let me remove the screen sharing for one. I have to do something which you should not see. So I hidden it. So let me share the screen again. We are back. So let me. So this is the website that we designed yesterday. So you can see the header is sticking. It's sticky. It's not like sticking. It's staying at its place. If we open it on a incognito window, you can see it's staying on the top and it's good. That's what we wanted. And also you can see I added a background to that. Okay, let me go away for a minute. So this is what I have added. I will show you how I added that stuff, but just wanted to mention we can stick something even if it is flex, like display flex is still there. I will share the document which I found regarding that. So I think I have to go to history and search for DigitalOcean or flex. So this is what I found. So Mohammed, do read this. Like this is an very interesting read. So what they were saying is you can stick something even when you have a display flex. Is this the document? One second, let me read through it. Okay. So this is where I read this. So I did make it sticky even when I'm working with the display flex. So that's one thing. Do read it. It's like a very interesting read. I thought I had enough knowledge on Flexbox, but as I keep on learning things, there are very many other things that we are yet to know. So this is one of those things I thought I had good knowledge on, but again, good knowledge doesn't obviously mean the complete knowledge. So today, let's make something like a to-do. We will end the stream after we complete that. So first of all, welcome you guys. Thanks a lot for joining. So first thing is I will explain the header, design, the page in HTML elements, like how we designed it yesterday. And the third is design page in Oxygen Builder. It's looking so ugly. Let me choose something else. And then if we have completed the design, let's then optimize images. Then let's add a blog post template. If we have enough time, if so this is how what we are going to do today. So I will start with explaining what happened to the header. So let me add a small banner about that, explaining the header. So that's what we are going to look at now. Let me go to the website quickly. Let's see where we are. Let's go to the dashboard, where we can find the main template, right? The main template is in Oxygen templates. So we have the main template here. So you can see that there is a background pattern for the menu, and also nearly the same background pattern for the footer. So first of all, I will show you how big the image is. You will be surprised to see how big the image is. Then you will say, how did it happen? So that's what when I was trying to understand how the website that we took the inspiration from, how they're doing, I try to understand by inspecting that stuff. Then I came, like, this image is only 9 KB in size, and you can see that this is like a pattern. So let me zoom it. You can see there is a pattern that is like a repeating pattern. So what we are doing is we are going to take the same image and we are going to use it in our website. So let's go to header, and in advanced you can see in the background that we have this link. Let me copy it and open it and show you what's there. So that is the image. So it's the same image. I'm using the same image, but what's happening there? So when we, like, by default, I think it has auto and repeat. So even by default, it has the auto and repeat. So there are other background options, like whatever the background image that you have, you can have different sizes of it, taking the entire container or the parent element or the actual element. So header is the element that we are targeting. So in that, you can have this background image as auto, which means it decides for itself that that's called auto. Cover is this image will, like, even though it is very small, it will try to fit the entire thing. And then containing will take it to one side, and manual is we can enter everything. So if this explanation is not clear, then we have to go to the Bible. So what is the Bible for CSS properties? MDN background size. Let's try to understand. We have like brilliant examples out here. We can understand what's happening here. So let's take Google Keep here. What is total? So you can see this is the background image that we have. So if you say contain, it is. So when you say contain, it will take the single image and try to fill it. So right now the default is repeat. So whenever you say contain, it will try to fit the same image as many times as it can until the image contains the entire container or the parent element. So when you say contain and don't repeat it, like it's saying no repeat, so it will just try to contain without repeating itself. And when you select cover, it will try to fit the entire container or the parent, by doing whatever it can, like it is expanding itself to fit in the background image. Now you can say specifically it has to be 30%. Again, if you say 30%, then it will automatically repeat and it will try to contain. You can say the same thing as 200 by 100, 200 by 100. It will try to contain the entire container and it will repeat. So here we have to explicitly say background repeat, no repeat. Only then it will try to fit in the place that we actually mentioned here. So when you are not mentioning no repeat, the default option is to repeat itself. If you are trying to understand everything, like this explains it more better, just read it once so we get a better understanding of it. Scales the image as large as possible within its container without cropping or stretching the image. So containing will not stretch the image. So what we will get is it will repeat unless you will say don't repeat. So cover scales the image as large as possible to fit the container, stretching the image if it is necessary. If the proportions of the image are different, it is cropped either vertically or horizontally. So cover is, it will not care about scaling issues. Auto scales the image in corresponding direction such that is intrinsic proportions are mentioned. So let's say auto is the default one. So I'm also dropping this in the comments. So if you want to deep dive, so things like this will be covered in the complete bootcamp. We will go over everything and try to explain everything because those are actually necessary in understanding Oxygen better. We can say contain. So if we say auto and repeat X, it's only repeat on the X direction. If you say Y, it is only repeat on the Y direction. No repeat, it will just take the size of one image. What we want the image to be repeated. That's why we are using background repeat. So that's done. Again, there is one important thing that we can do is we can add an overlay. So you can see how the image is looking. So image has something like a whitish border to that pattern. So when we take an overlay, what will happen is to that white pattern, if we overlay something other, we will get that overlay color. So if I say I'm adding red and I go on decreasing the transparency, like the opacity, you can see that the pattern looks like little bit like the red color. If we go like, let's increase the opacity a little bit, you can see the elements are no more white, but they are like having a greenish tint. So if we keep on moving, you can see the icons, the background image pattern will slowly shift. The background patterns will slowly shift with the overlay color. So this is a very nice way to understand, like to get something we want. Like we are going with the red theme in this website. So let's go with the red one and let's decrease opacity until we get something like a red pattern there. So this looks good. Laurent is asking, are we taking questions? Yes. After every 10 to 15 minutes or maybe 20 minutes, we will take the questions and answer them. Like I will write all the questions and I will answer them one by one. Thank you for asking that. We are taking the questions, yes. Getting back to the thing. So that's how I added the background repeat to have a header which looks something similar to the one which we took the inspiration from. In the same way, I added the background, repeated background for the footer. You can see what we did here. If you go to the background, we have the same thing, but we have a different overlay. Now we can use the same. Sorry. Okay, let's go to the header. I did not copy the overlay, and I'm trying to copy the overlay here. Copied the overlay. Now, if I go to the advanced and in background tab, we can paste the image overlay and we will get something here. If this is too much for our taste, again, we can just we can decrease it a little bit. I think 4 or 6, maybe 5. 5 looks good. We use 5 then. So that's how we designed the footer and the header. Let me show you how I made this element stick to the top. So we do not have an option to stick any element to the top or any other place, but we have an option to make our header element, like the one which oxygen ships, which is there is a header element. So this header builder has very many options to make any element like this entire header sticky, but we are not using that. We are using our own divs and containers and stuff. So to make this sticky, we added custom CSS to do that. So this is a simple custom CSS that we added. It just says position is sticky, and this is the position where it has to stick. So it has to stick at top 0 pixels. So if we say 12 pixels, it will just stick at the 12 pixel size. See this on the front end, like there will be a small, not here, let's not do this here. What we will do, we will open incognito browser and say this, because of the admin bar, WP admin bar, it's not clear like where it is overlapping and stuff. So now you can see that there is a gap between the where the document starts, where our page starts, and the header itself. That's because it's like we asked it to stick at top 12 pixels. That's why it's there. So we don't want top to be 12 pixels. We just want it to be 0 pixels. If we go back, you can see it is sticking to the top. In the same way, let's look at how it's looking on the mobile. So this is the content on mobile. Even if you scroll, you can see the header is sticking to the top. This looks good. So everything we wanted, we added the same changes that Mohammed mentioned yesterday. It made the entire button look better on the mobile. So this resolution does not exist. So we won't care about this. So this is where everything will start, and it looks fine here. I was thinking if we just get rid of a couple of these things, and let's get rid of enroll now, because we don't need enroll because it's already highlighted here. Maybe we can get some space there, but let's not go over it. We already have a very specific things that we have to follow today. Okay, let's go to the top. We have explained the header, so it's done. Now we have to design the page in HTML elements. So this is how I normally design a website or the web page when I'm working with Oxygen. What I will do, whatever the design I get from the designers, or whatever the design I come up by watching other, sometimes I blatantly copy stuff, sometimes I just take some inspiration and talk with the team and ask them what elements do they need in the website. So everything is there, like every possible thing happens when we're designing a website. Now what we will do, I already have a design on piece of paper. We will at least design like 3 to 4 images, 3 to 4 blocks from that. So I will draw them on the same Google Keep page. So first of all, let me tell you what elements do we have. We have explained. Okay, let me get it open. So the first element is what is skeleton. So this is going to the header, and we will have 3 different blocks. So let's say this is the block 1. What we are trying to do with this is we are going to add 3 information blocks which will give user the information about what is skeleton and why should that is the intention. We are trying to explain what is skeleton. So every div, like let's say this is div, so there will be another div here and another div here, but the same styles from this div will be here and also here. So what we have to focus on is we have to focus on creating this one, this very important div carefully. Then we will use the same div and copy the entire element, or we will copy the styles. So for that we will need some CSS classes. So for that we will need some CSS classes. So let's say that we will have an image here. This div will be like, let's zoom it here. So let's say this is the entire div. We will have an image here. This is the image. I was thinking of having sharp edges, something like, let's have a round edge, and we will have some round edges for this. Let's add a heading, or let's move the heading to the top. What do you suggest? Should we take the heading to the top? Something like this. We will keep the heading here. Then we will have the image with round edges, round borders. And then we will have some text here. So we got a question. Joyce is asking, will we cover dynamic data? So the thing is, we might fall short on time, but what I will do is, while designing the blog page layout, we will do that from scratch. So then we will understand how to handle the dynamic data. So that will be somewhat enough, but will that be good for you? Let me know. If it is not, what I will do is I will stretch more. I will also add ACF and CPT today, but we might be rushing a little bit, but that's fine. We will do the basic designs, but we will focus more on adding understanding how everything works in Oxten. Instead of doing a lot on design, we will just try to understand how we can handle the dynamic data and how we can show that on the front end and how we can change stuff. Those things we will be more on understanding each and every aspect of dynamic data rather than focusing on the design like how we are doing now. Let me know if that will be good. So I'm going back to the page design. So which one do you like? Do you like this one, the first one, or the second one? This, we have heading on the top. Here we have heading below the image, and we will add text here. So this is the first section that we are going to add. So what is skeleton? It's the heading, and below that we will add. Let's get started with the first design itself. So we have created the main. Now we have to go ahead and create a page. This is the home page. Let's click on publish. Come on. So if you are getting this one, like what I am doing recently is I'm going back to the pages page. So I'm just directly editing this with Oxygen from here. So this way it's like a quick workaround. Okay. So we have the home page here. We have to edit the home page. So we have one very ugly looking design that we made in Google Keep. So something like this. So we will do this. I think I should do stuff with Figma. That's what I should do. I have a Figma account thanks to my college. So it's obvious that we start with section. We added a section. Now we are going with the same background color as always. So black is what we're going to do now. We need to add a heading. As soon as you add a heading, you know that it's inheriting the global styles, which is incredible. Here we need what is we added a section. You can see, like, let's rename this immediately. That's like a very good thing to do. Always rename things. What is skillathon? We have a heading. What we have to do, we have to understand, like, we will definitely add more things inside. So let's just wrap this inside another div. To do that, you can go from here. So I think this is the only way. I'm like accustomed to using hydrogen pack. It just spoiled me a lot. Now we have wrapped the heading inside this. Now let's add another div which will hold all other, like, which will hold the 3 information blocks. So you can see we also have 3 information blocks, right? We also have to add this. So we added a div. Let's call it container. So in container div, we are going to add 3 more divisions, div tags. Now let's duplicate this one by one. Done. That's done. But they are one below the other like this. They are stacked vertically, but we want them to stack in horizontal. Okay. What's happened? Okay. See, I told you the most important thing here is to understand which element we are selecting. Right now I have selected div, but I have to select the container div, and I have to use this. We have to stack the elements horizontally. And again, we covered this earlier, like yesterday. We have to use either space around or space between. But you see, there is nothing is happening, because let me tell you, this is very important. I will take a couple of minutes to explain what's happening here. In HTML, like, any element width is the width of that element. So let's say we have a heading. We have a heading here. This is, let's say this is the heading which says by the bootcamp. So the width of this h1 or h2 element is this. This is not just for any element in the HTML, like not just for heading or not just for text, but this is for everything in HTML. So when you are adding a div and you are wrapping something inside that div, let's say you added a h1, which, like, the heading, the width of div is the width of the elements inside it. So when there is a div and you want, like, this is the entire section, the section is so big, this is section, and you have a div here, but your div just has some p inside it which says hello learners. If you want to center the p tag inside the div, you cannot do that, because div's width is equal to the elements width. So what you have to do is you have to explicitly define the width of div. So in this case, we have to go and tell that you take 100% width of your parent. So if we say that, then we can. So if we mention that like the div has to take 100%, then the section stays the same. So the section is the same because we did not make any changes. Now the div becomes from this end to that end. So now this is div because you said like it has to take 100%. Now you can center it. Understand? If you see, the same thing is happening here. This is the parent div, which has 3 other divs inside it, but this div width is just the addition of all these 3 divs put together. So what we have to do in order to make these 3 divs stretch from one end to the another end, like a space around or space between, we have to tell this div explicitly that you have to take some width. ऐसा नहीं, like this will not happen, this will not be enough, you have to grow up. So what we go and do, like we will explicitly define the width of the parent div to be 100%. Now you can see the divs are taking like from one side, like one is taking to the left, one is taking to the right, and one is at the middle. That is because we are choosing space between. Now we can choose space around, and this is what we wanted. See, like it's very easy. Right now it's very easy. Just like, I'm very sorry to interrupt, but we just got another question. Aman is asking when you will have Python live, but I do not teach. Hi Aman, thanks for joining the stream. I do not teach Python. There are other trainers in Codenan who teach Python. They will be coming soon live. And if you haven't already seen other streams, there's so much of Python content on our YouTube channel. So go ahead, search more on the channel, and there is already so much content. Saket brother has covered it. So many other teachers have at Codenan have taught that. So please go ahead. But I can tell you that this stuff is also very interesting. WordPress is also very interesting. You can do great stuff with WordPress, and Oxygen is the most powerful builder on WordPress ecosystem. So you can build very good, incredible. So there is, like Oxygen is lightweight. It gives you so much control over how you can design a website. So stay tuned to this. This is the last day in this entire learning sessions. So watch them from the beginning. So it's a very interesting thing. You will be intrigued. You will be interested. You will be stuck at your screen, seeing what you can do with Oxygen. And please consider buying the full bootcamp if it is the right plug to put here. So please consider that. Okay, let's get back to the WordPress stuff. Let's get back to our div stuff. So that's how we space elements. Now you can see that there is no spacing or margin. Let's add that first. We need some top margin. Let's say 20 pixels is what we want, and also let's add a bottom margin. So we have some distinguishing, like some separation between one element and the other element. What I will do is let me show you something which I really like. It's like a new design, isometric design. What is it called? No, it's not isometric. Just give me a couple of minutes. I used it once, but I don't remember where they are using it. Okay. So let me show you what I was talking about. if you know that, I forgot the name. So if you can see this part, this, like, this is some sort of design system that is coming up recently. So people are using this. I personally like it a lot, and when we use it with a dark theme website like this, it adds so much of depth and sense to the website. So this is a shadow. It's kind of a shadow and it's not a shadow. Okay, wait, I think I have it on my tools. VS Code generator, not here. Okay, I missed it. I completely missed it. Okay, I'm doing that. Did that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for saying. I removed it. So let it be. Let it be. We will just add normal shadows and be done with. Okay, we need some elements. We need a div which will take some. Okay, I forgot what we need to add here. So it will be a heading first. Then we will have an image. Then we will have some text. Okay, let's do that. So in this text, we need three different elements. So first thing is the heading. Let's add a heading. We added a heading. Then we need an image. Okay. Then we need what we need. So we need some text. So that's all. That's what we need. So again, every time we have to go and mention that this is not black, this is white. So what we will do is we will go to settings. In global settings, in fonts, we can in where in colors, not in colors. Okay. In headings, we can say that the color is white. So it's good. It's done. The headings are sorted. Let's also make some changes to what's happening here. Okay, this is fine, but we have to change also the body color. So let's go back. Body text. This is where we are doing the mistake. We have changed it to global color white. It's supposed to be white, but I can see that it's not completely white. Learn from the experts is one thing. I'm just adding some random text here and there. You can see that we need to center this. The easiest way to center anything is just select the container. That's the most important thing that we have to take care of. Select the container always, then center align it. So we have something here. And in text, we have to add the most. Okay, I will just get some lorem ipsum text. There is some lorem ipsum text which we can get by industry. We don't need 5 paragraphs. We just need 5 sentences. Okay, this will do. But I don't like having the same content even when I'm working with the mockups. So this looks fine. Let's say this looks fine. Now we need an image. So what image do we add here? What we can do is, you can see that this is placeholder.it. So there are other websites which we can get other things. So if you want something other, you just mention that dimensions here. If you want 450 by 500 or something, you just mention it here. So you will get 450 by 500. Now you can see the problem is with the text. So text is on like one big line. The easiest way to handle this is to break it into 2 sentences and just be done with it. So if we are like, we want to get things done very quicker, we can just add it. And also I would suggest getting the HTTPS instead of HTTP, even when you're working with this. That's even this is like too large. 300 might just do. And we are getting some shape here. So this is looking fine. As discussed, we want to have round corners. So let me create a class called border radius. I've created a class called border radius, but I did not add anything. Now what I will do is I will add things now. So just go to advanced and in border, add whatever the border radius that you want. I just want 10 pixels or maybe 20 pixels. 20 pixels looks good. So whenever we add something new, if we just add some border radius to that, it will get that one. Let me show you an example. So let me duplicate this. What if we want to have some border radius to this? If we want, what we will do is we will change this color to white, and let's add a width of 50 pixels. Now if you want to add border radius to this, we can just type in the class which we just created. Then you can see you are adding the border radius to that. So that is the use of creating classes. We don't need to add CSS class to the div. Just remove that. So we added something here. Now let's generate a shadow. So I have something, tools for shadow generators. Remove BG, we don't need this, not this, tools. So we have background. So this is what I used before Tailwind, but I'm not going to use that anymore. So you can generate your CSS shadow like this. So these are the number of layers. You can see, like, if you just pay close attention to the shadows here, you can see that the layers are going away. Like this is 2, 3, like those many shadows are there, layers of shadows. So you can try mix and match and see what works for you and what doesn't. Normally I don't want this harder shadows, maybe something on the lighter end. And also you can change the vertical distance. You can see that, right? You can see the shadow increasing and decreasing. So this is good for me. I'm assuming that this is good for me. I will just copy this and I will go back to our Oxygen powered website, and let's create a new class called box shadow. Now inside box shadow, go inside custom CSS and add this. So box shadow, and let's apply code. The problem is it's already black, so it won't show on black. Where we can change the color to white. Okay. Let's make this white. And now you can see the background is there. Let's also add border radius to this. We definitely need some padding for this div. Let's add some padding. But this is like becoming too wide than what we want. So what we will do is, instead of having 3 divs on the same page, let it be. It's fine if it is. It's too large. The main. Okay, let's try something here. Let's duplicate this. Let's just see how it's looking on the front end. This is not bad. This is not good. What we have to do is create some padding, not padding, but margin. We need some margin to the right. Margin right 24 pixels maybe. Margin right 4. In that we 4 6 are 12, 4 6 are 24. We just need, let's try 24. Let's look on the front end how it's looking. So this is okay, I would say. Now let's add the same margin to every element here. So to do that, we don't have to edit everything. We just type on margin 4 and there we go. This is fine for desktop, but when we go to mobile, it will be very bad. So what is Kiloton learn from? And again, like this heading is so big, I didn't notice it till now. Learn from, so let's go with 24. And also I think the typography. So one line is good. So let's try to again, what is the font that we are using? 24. Let's go with 24 here. B industry ID. Go with 24. Hands-on experience. So, and also we need some padding, not the padding, but the margin. So we need some margin, just like how we added a CSS class for the margin right. We are also going to add a CSS class for margin bottom MB4. Okay, MB4. We don't need MB4. Okay, let's first define what MB4 is. We will have margin bottom of 4 threes. Let's say it is 12 pixels. Okay, that looks fine. So we will use MB4 for margin bottom. We need to add the same to that headings MB4. Let's add MB4 here. So we need some text around here. You can see that there is like very neat floating effect for all the images that we have. I want to add some images so it doesn't look this boring, but I don't know what images should I add now. So what do it? Okay. Let's make this red. So why I was choosing? It was supposed to be red. Our theme is red. It's not white. What if? I don't like what I'm doing, but let's just try this. What? So okay, not the entire div. Like this div, I'm trying to make this. Okay, not. Come on. Okay, now let's. Is it too bad? That's the question. It's not. Is this too bad? I think it's like so. The red is so there, so bright. It might be messing with our eyes. What I will try to do is we'll try to play with opacity a little. Maybe let's make it a little bit brighter. Okay, it's not working. Let's stick with white. We have to add some. Also, let's add some border box shadow to the parent divs also. So they will also have some depth. To add some box shadow, we just have to type in box shadow. There we go. But you don't see that because the shadow itself is black. That's why I used to have another box shadow generator. I think I stopped using this. I will get it. Gradient, color space, how to grade fonts, scribbles, box shadow, SVG, CSS background patterns. Okay, this is not what we need. Yes, this is a new design para. So if you see this, this is a very interesting one. So okay, also just make sure that you're going to use this tool also. This is a very interesting one. I shared it with you. Use that. It's like very good. You cannot see anything right now because we have to make some changes. Hmm. Okay, I don't think we should go that blackout. This is what I was talking about. You can see that this is like a very dope effect we normally don't see. Very common. This is looking very good. This is what I wanted. This is it, guys. Let's try this. Let's try this. So what we are trying to do was we are trying to add some shadow here. Let's go there. Let's select this. Let's go to advanced CSS. We have a box shadow here. We don't. Okay. Okay. Let's. We don't want this box shadow. Is it neomorphic? Neomorphism. Yes, that's the new design thing which is been trending everywhere. Let's create n box shadow. And let's go to custom CSS and let's add this. The border radius is too high, which we don't want. Let's see how it looks on the front page. Can we see anything? No, we cannot see anything. For that, I think we also need to change the background to this. Let's change the container background to nothing is happening here. Why nothing is happening? Background, did we select this appropriate one? Yes. Background, let's change the background to white. Okay, I got it. We have to select the parent and let's add the background color as oh, I think I'm missing something here. We still cannot see the background properly, so let's make it box shot. It does. Hmm. We don't really care about the intensity. We have to pick the proper color. So it has to be white, then you will get this effect. So when it becomes too black, that's what's happening with us. Okay, let's try this. Let's make it black. Let's make it white and let's play with the effects. Let's increase the blur maybe. Okay, I think I'm just wasting too much time on this. Okay, we don't need this much of radius and intensity. Okay, this looks fine. We need the background has to be white. And now we have to take care of this div and change the styles accordingly. Let's see how it's looking. Okay, it's not great. Let's get back to it. I have already wasted enough time on this. Easiest way to add a separation is to just add some border to it. So I will get over the stuff I'm doing and just call it a day. If you like this one, it's so cool, but the problem is it's been some time I properly implemented. Like I did this. This looks extremely great. It has to have the same conditions, I'm assuming. Let's try once with red. Okay, let it go. So let me show you where I used it. So in dash1cs.com. So you can see that there is a, let me zoom a little bit. You can see that there is a small effect here where the background shadow is not too harsh. This is one inspiration I took from neomorphic design. So I think the situation has to be very cool, very appropriate for it. Background, linear background. Okay, let it be. Just you know where to find it. So I'm just again pasting the URL for you to find it after the stream ends. Okay, I wasted enough time on this. We still need to add so much stuff. Let's reload this and see how it's looking. This one looks good. What I was thinking is, okay, I was thinking of scaling it. I was thinking of scaling it when you hover over it. So do you want me to do that? Okay, I will add this to the last thing. So after that, we will focus on one more is scaling on hover. This is another to do. We are still here. So there we are. Okay, I have some images, but they're not optimized, but they will also look very bad here. I don't want to do that. I think I can just write some stuff here. The decrease in educational standards has increased the gap. Oh, whoa, whoa. This is what happens when we are typing everything. Like increase the gap between the skills the industry needs and the skills the employees have. Okay, this is fine. Again, we have MB4 here. Let's also use the same MB4. So the text is also properly spaced. Again, MB4. Now let's add MB4 for image. So this is margin bottom 4. You can see how the content is taking place. Okay, be job ready, be industry ready with the skills you gain here. So I think it's enough. I already added enough stuff to get some structure. So what I would recommend is like we have 350 by 300 here. So the easiest thing to do would be like this. We did not have any hard width or height for this. We can just say that is 350. What we will do is we will add 450 pixels there. So for all devices it is 450, but when we go to 992, we can change that to something other than 450. You can see we have to adjust things for every other resolution. So you can see this stuff is overflowing. Then what we have to do is we have to stack them one below the other. Now the problem is this div is taking the same 350. Now we have to tell that don't do that. Don't be stupid. Don't take the same thing now. This is floating to the left side because by default every HTML element is floating to the left side or fixed to the left side. Now we have to center it. We got like it's looking way better than the stupid thing in because we are forcing it to take 350 pixels. Now we are telling this to take only 250, or we can say that to take 300, and it is still looking good. That is at 768. If we go to 400 and less than 480, there is some problem here. So what we can do is just ask it to take 250 and let ask it to be happy with it. So we have made this responsive, but we do not have the time to make everything responsive. So what we will do is we will delete these two elements. And what are we going to do is we are going to duplicate this twice. We have the same styling, the width and everything is there, which is good. Now we just have to copy and paste the text. Oh no, what I have done? What I have done? Okay, the stupid stuff I typed. The page, I did not save that page and refresh it. So it's fine. I think this is looking good. I'm still trying to add that shadow effect, but it's not like we don't have enough time. So we added a single block right now and we made it responsive on every. See what's happening here. You saw what happened, right? It was flowing there. It's like some z-index error. We are good. Like we don't need to handle that. Now what we have to do is when it is under 990, when it is under 768, there is very little to no margin to that. Now we have to bring our good old friend MB4. It will add some margin there, bottom margin. Now let's go to the second div and let's add the same margin bottom. And that's it. That's it, guys. There we have it. I just try to design a section. We are not going to design a full section. One question, Laurent, are you still here? I'm really sorry. I know that I'm saying your name wrong, but one question. Yours, are you still here? That's it. If you are still here, what I will do, I will jump to the blog page design. We will take care of creating the blog post template. Then we will understand how we can hold the data, the dynamic data. So even if you are not here, I think I should jump to dynamic data. Just let me know. Do you want me to keep on diving deep into how to design each and every aspect, or you want me to cover wider things? We still have around one hour to 45 minutes. So whatever you say, I'm going to do that. I will at least need 2 to 3 comments, or there are 6-8 people right here. Everyone do comment and tell me deep dive or cover more topics. If I cover more topics, I have some trust on my explanation, storytelling capabilities, so I can tell you how to understand them better. So let me know what do you want me to cover. Do you have to deep dive or do you have to cover more topics? So I'm waiting. You're also saying what I'm saying right now. We need some responses from you. Tell me what we have to do. Tell me, guys. Tell me. This is what I see each day. This is the screen. This is another screen. This is another. Cover more topics. We got one. Santosh is saying cover more topics. Okay, one. Cover more. Okay, two. We got two votes. There are four more other people watching. I don't want everyone to interact, even though I want it, but it's like up to you. Just tell me what what you want me to do. I'm sorry you have to see my face this close. I'm just trying to adjust it. We got three votes, and all of them are saying me to cover more. I'm just waiting for one more thing. So one more, just one person just tell me what to do, and that's it. If no one adds one more comment, I will just be here. I will grow old, I will grow a beard, and all my black hair will turn into white. Until then, I will be waiting for a reply from the audience. So don't make that happen. Just one more comment, please. Please. Let's keep this away. Okay, we are going to cover more. Now we are going to design our own blog post template. Okay. There we go, guys. We got our answer. Let's. Okay, we are going to get rid of this. Come back here. And first of all, we need some posts. And also we need to change our global colors. Cover more. So this was the answer that I was looking for. Joas, thanks a lot for coming back. I will cover more. I just regenerated the CSS cache. Okay, let me go away. I went away. So you are seeing the screen full now. We need some temp posts. We need some posts. Badly, we need some posts. Okay, we cannot write more posts, right? Dummy post generator for WordPress. Fake WordPress. It's a clean word generator. We content for. Okay. Okay, what I was looking for is we definitely need to add content because we want to see them to design any template, it needs to hold data. But right now we don't have any data. We just have a stupid page which says hello world. Even now you can see this stuff. This is bad. This is very bad. You can see this content is there, but it's not how we want it to be. What I'm trying to do is get the data. I need to get the data without actually spending more time. That's why I'm adding a new plugin. I used to use another plugin, but they are like not being supported right now. But that's why I'm going to use a new plugin to get. Do you use Easy Post? We got a question about how we are going to show multiple on a blog archive, how we are going to show post layouts. There are various ways. One of them is easy post, the other one is repeater element. I think repeater helps us hold the data better and more control over the elements. So to make it easy, I use easy post just when the site has to be designed very quickly. Sometimes yes, easy post yes, but most of the times to hold any other kind of data, even blog post, I use the repeater element. Don't worry what repeater element is. We don't have to worry about that now. So it is activated. Now let's go to that. Let's go to settings. What? Star Wars. Yes. Dude, this is so good. Oh no, we have to. Okay, we got some. No, we don't have images. Okay, this is like how we can generate some content. So this is from Star Wars. You can also get random all over ipsum. So I just recently watched some of the Star Wars movies and like them. Most of the cases. See each other specific post. Okay. We cannot add images. That's a bad thing. I thought they will also bring in some images, but it's fine. So it will generate posts. So the maximum we are looking at is 10. So we got our post. Okay, we got our images too. So it's fine. If we go to posts now and reload it, we have so many posts. This is what we want to make it easier. Okay, now let's go ahead and create a new template, which is going to hold the blog post data. We are going to create a new template. Let's call it blog post template. So I normally call them as blog post and blog archive. Let me come back in. So people refer to things differently. So I normally call single blog post as blog post template and group of blogs in a single page as blog archive template. I did it once here, learnwp.codan.com/blogs. There is nothing much written here. That the two articles, one is not completed. I haven't even started it. So this is a blog archive template where it will show you multiple blogs. And if you just open one of them, this is the blog post template where you will see the actual blog content. Let's go back and let's see this again. This is the blog archive. And this is the blog post. If we go to one specific category, then you can see these are under one specific taxonomy. Like you can specify which taxonomy that you want. So that's there. Now we have created blog post templates and we want to inherit from the main. And where do we want it? Is it singular or is it archive or is it other? This is a singular post template. So this is singular for post, not for anything else. This is just singular for post. And let's click on save. Not click on save, it's click on publish. Now let's edit the page with Oxygen Builder. Now we are entering a different kind. We are using oxygen differently now. We used to create a template which was just a static, not a static content, but just for header and footer. Now we have to handle dynamic data. So let's go to the post. Let's go to post and let's see post right there. Let's see. Okay. I need to go. Okay, this is good now. Let's see what information do we have here. So there are tags. We can show tags. There is slug. We don't need to show slug. There is title. There is title. There is tags. And also some categories, but there is no category. There is just uncategorized. So let's leave it. Now let's edit it and see what other information do we have here. We have to understand what data does the post have. What's happening here? What's happening? Okay. I think this is under distraction mode. What? Okay, I think it's because the text color is, I changed it to black, white. That's why it's not there. Okay, it's fine. There is a featured image. We have to also use the featured image to in the data. There is excerpt. There is permalink. There are tags. There are definitely tags. So we have the data as, we have title, then we have featured image. Okay, let me write it somewhere. Let me open the notepad and what data in blog post. What data do we have? We have title, we have tags. Then what do we have? What do we have? The author. We have author name, we have featured image. What do we have? Featured image, content, excerpt. So okay. So these are the data. This is the data that we have. Let me pin this. Okay, it's not working. Why it's not working, mister? Okay, it's working now. So this is the data, and I have to also add one more thing. Let's click on update. See, this is what I don't like. Okay, we have added it here. No. Don't do that, please. Okay, this is the data that we have. Let's just add some random stuff here without actually thinking anything. So let's add a section. So section Okay, that's what. Yes, yeah, I understand. Like Oxygen, when we save that page as fully editable with Oxygen, got your question, but that's like out of the premise. But let's see what we can do today. So we added, we added a section. Now let's add a heading. I'm trying to just make it easier. Now, one way of adding stuff here is there are various ways of adding dynamic data to it. Now let's say you want your post title to be here. So you have this text, you can directly insert here, like instead of select the text, now click on insert data. It will ask you to what you want, what data do you want to be inserted here. You want the data to be title. You insert that here. The title is here, but we're not able to see it. Now what we will do is we will make it black so you can see that. So you have added the title. That's good. That's what you wanted and you added it. But let's make this very interesting. Let's add a before. So this is one way of doing it, but the problem would be you cannot, this is already a span, and working with spans is very dangerous in Oxygen Builder. So what I would recommend is you get rid of the span, also get rid of this heading. Let's add another heading. Now in this, let's call this whatever you want to add before, just write it in text. Now type the title. Okay. So this is what I typed. This is what you want to add before. Now just select this particular one, make it span. So this is span now. Now select the element again. Now insert the data here. You can insert title. So the title is 5 red 5 standing. So you can make changes to just this one element. That's the benefit of having 2 elements, and one is for adding dynamic data. So the title is this, or maybe let's make this one smaller. Let's make this also a little bit bold. Typography, you can make it a little bit. Where is the bold? Where is the it's okay, let it be. Okay, we got the title, and if you don't want, so this is what we were just thinking about. Let's wrap this heading into something, and let's call this wrapper div, wrapper for heading. Okay, I just wanted to plug in something. So if you haven't already purchased the full bootcamp, please go ahead and do it. It means a lot. So please go ahead and purchase the full bootcamp if you haven't already done. We added a PayPal option, so anyone from anywhere in the world can purchase it. It means a lot if you purchase the full bootcamp. It's just around $9 something, not including the taxes. But if you add tax, I think it's around $10. So if you purchase it, I will be like going to my home terrace and jumping on, not jumping from the terrace, but I will be like jumping with joy. So I worked hard, but I was not able to get things done to do the marketing and stuff. But let's like people are asking questions and engaging. It's definitely interactive, and people are actually learning something. So we might get something afterwards. So if I'm thinking of giving more to the community and to our groups. And again, if you are joining right now, please consider purchasing the full bootcamp. This is where you can buy the full bootcamp. And if you're from places which are not India, you can use PayPal. This button looks ugly. I tried to make some changes, but this is iframe. I'm not able to control the styles. So please don't blame me for it. Please don't. Okay, I will get back to the topic. I don't want to take more time of yours. Okay, this is the title. We added a title. Now we added the heading. Now let's add the full content. that is obviously text. Let's look at how in other way we can add the text. So either you can again you can do this insert data and you can add the full content. Now you get the full content, but you don't like it. So what you okay, let me go away. Another way of doing is you can type in dynamic data and go to WordPress, and in dynamic data you can see that you already have so much of content here. So we can use this. We can go to content and you will get the content here. It's the same thing, but you are doing it without touching more options and stuff. So if you want to handle the typography, if you want the letter spacing to be 1.1, you got it there. If you want to increase the line height, you can increase the line height. Now it's looking a little bit better. The problem I have is it doesn't have any whatsoever images in it. That's what I don't like, but I think that's how it will be, right? We added the what we did add here. We added the title. We added the content. Let's say we also want to add the featured image, or let's do something crazy like different here. We are going to add a section. This will be the author information. Let's rename this. This is author. Okay. Information section. So in author information section, let's add the author name. You cannot see that because I changed the default text color to be white. So this is the author name. Author name is demo. Now we don't have any email, so we don't have any author image, but let's see if we have anything. It's author image. Okay, that's the default gravatar image which we get. So we have this, and also let's add featured image here. Where is the featured image? So this is the data that we are getting. Oh, okay, we also can add some taxonomies here. Tax. We also get some tags here. So these are the tags. You can see this is how we can get the data. So we already have, we can hold the data like this, and we can change anything. We can increase and decrease everything. So this is how we can just, I think I just need 5 minutes of break. Let me know if I can take 5 minutes of break, because my back is hurting badly. I will come back and we will design this properly. I don't want to keep this like this. So we will come back and we added the data in a couple of other ways. What we will do is, after coming from the break, we will make this look better. Not this bad. We will try to make this look better. Let me know what if you are going to allow me to take a break. Please let me take a break. Okay, I will be back in like 5 to 10 minutes. Maybe 5-10 minutes. Will that be okay? I think I will be back in 10 minutes. I will drink some water, walk around, and come back. Let me know if I can do that. Thank you. Let me. Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome back. So I think I took just a minute more than 10 minutes, I think. We saw how we can add uh, dynamic data into our website, our templates. Now let's see. So we have already added dynamic data. Let's put this stuff into order so we can make some sense of what's happening here. So this is the featured image. What we can do is put this on the top. You can see it's taking so much height. We don't want that to happen, so we will just put that in a section, and in that section we can add this image as background image. Let's go to section, and in background you can see the data. You can pull the dynamic data as featured image. You can just keep that as large and insert it. You can see what's happening here is it's trying to fit something, and it did fit. So that's what happening. So what we have to do is we have to increase the, if we just increase the padding here and there, let's see, what's, and the background image has to be repeating, or let's call it cover. So this looks better maybe, or we you can adjust. You can also have a parallax effect like this, fixed or scrolling. And if you want to show some parts of the background image, what you can do is you can use the left and top properties. The normal practice is like 50% and 50%. So image will be centered. But let's say you want to show different parts of it, like you want to show the mountain here. So let's go 70%. It's going a little bit more than what we expected. So this is how you can manage stuff. So this is the background image. Let's say in this section you want to show the title. That's what normally people will do, the background image. They will add an overlay to it. So to add an overlay, go to background. In overlay you can see have several things. Maybe let's just do the traditional dark overlay stuff. Now let's add a heading inside this, or you can also add dynamic data as title. So red 5 standing. Let's say we want it to be standing out. So instead of that, let's make it typography is all will be upper cases, and we will also want it to be a little bigger than this. This looks good, but still we are not able to see the background, like the text is still having some problem with the background. So then we have to just go there and increase the overlay to make it more readable. Now we can read the text a little bit better, but if you don't want to mess up the background, then I would suggest is just keep the overlay normal, but you go to the text and you let's just add some padding to it, let's say 2 pixels in all directions. Then you go to the background and add some background color to it. So here like this you can still have the background image or the featured image without actually messing more stuff. So something like this, but I would not recommend this. What I would recommend is playing with the overlay color go to the container overlay, just keep it a little bit darker, but no background for the color. Just delete that. So we're good. And we don't want this here because we already added the wrapper for heading. We don't need that. This is the section which we added for the content, which is fine, which is not good, not bad. It's just there. Just let it be there. Now this is the other information. So below this, what we can do is we can add the other information. Let's add a simple text. And this is, let's add by other name here. No, I did a mistake. Instead of text, I was adding the text link. So let's add the text here. This is published by author name goes here. So now you insert the data. No, don't insert data there. First, make this text. Okay, do just stay there for a while. Let's make that span. Now in that, let's insert the data. The data is author's name. You can see author display name is here. Insert that there. So it is published by demo. That's one thing. Now we can also add tags. So let's add some margin to this. Let's add 20 margin, 20 margin. So we added margin there. Now let's add another text element. Okay, we need both of them to be one. So we need both of these to be one beside the other. So to do that, let's wrap this inside a div. And let's put so we want them to be one beside the other like this. Now let's add a category dynamic data into it. Not the category, but the tags. Tags, where are tags? So there we have that. So we have a question. What if I wanted to do a custom categories grid? Does it let you do the dynamic data for that? Okay, I'm trying to understand the question. What if I wanted to do a custom category grid? So you want to add some specific categories. Does it let you do the dynamic data? Let's remove grid. Grid is a layout, so we don't need to think about that. Yes, you can add some specific categories to this. So what you need to do that is when you are designing the template itself, you add the conditions there. Okay, let me show that once. After we are done, I think I understood your question wrong. You are asking, what if I wanted to do custom categories grid? Does it let you do dynamic data for that? Can you elaborate on what do you mean by custom categories grid? Just add more points to that, then I think I will be able to understand that. Let's change the text color to white. It's okay, this is the color that we added to the element. So if you still want, you definitely want this element to have white color instead of the blue color which is coming from the links. There is one quirk. You can still style it. There is one tool which Oxygen made specifically for this. Let me show you that. For that, we have to go to Oxygen settings. Okay, let's go to settings. Let's go to, there are other options, SVG, client control, selected detector. There is, okay, there you have it. So history, enable selected detector. So if you enable this, then you can select some parts in the website design itself, in the template itself. So make sure that you have enabled selected detector, and let me save this and let me reload this. I'm trying to get this. If I had an, okay, let's first read this. Well, let's say I wanted to do category section with custom images and the title using dynamic data. If I had a WooCommerce section but wanted to have 3 images each from a different category, so even though they are from a different category, they have to have some sort of relation in between them to write a query for that. So let's say they are from the same tag, just write a same tag. So let's say you are, so even they are from different categories. One is hoodie, one is shirt, and the other one is like, let's say, trousers. So link them together with a tag which is called white. So then you can pull all those stuff and just put them even though they are from a different category of shirts, they will be pulled together because they are having the same tag. So there has to be some relation between the images if you are trying to get that. If you don't want to do that, you can specifically get some products by using their IDs. I hope it answers. They have to have some relation in order to for us to get the data. If they don't have a relation, then you can specifically get a single product by using their product IDs in the template. But then again, it won't be dynamic because it's not changing every time. It will be like fixed. Can you not hear me? Like, just let me know. My voice is not audible. Is it audible now? When my voice was not audible? I'm just checking my stream. Like, is it really the case? Yes, I was talking the whole time. What? Yes, I was talking the whole time. What? I'm just checking the stream. Oh, dude, come on. You can specifically get some products by using their IDs. I think it was. I'm able to hear from the stream. In order for us to get the data. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? This is so bad. I think something happened in between. Okay. If it's fine now, then it's completely fine. Ah, shit. It's so bad already. It's getting even bad. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's the microphone or something. Okay, just let me know. Like, I was talking about a selected detector. Were you able to understand? Like, were you able to listen to what selected detector does? Just let me know if you got the content about selected detector, because I think the mistake was from that section. Okay, you are not able to hear from selected detector itself. Okay, let me try to do that again. Come on. Bootcamp is around $10. So the bootcamp is around $10. Let me show you the link. So the bootcamp, I think I should have mentioned it here. Shit. I did so many mistakes. So it's around $9. So it's $9 if it's including tax. I think it's around $10 something. It's very affordable. So you can purchase it using the PayPal link from here. So if you are already interested, please go ahead and purchase the bootcamp. It's very encouraging for me. It also helps. Which topic, like selected detector? Maybe I will make a short video and share it in the group. So if you haven't already joined the group, please consider joining the group. We have created a blog post template by holding the custom data, by holding the dynamic data. So we have covered that part. So let me cross it off from the list. So blog post we have created, we did not optimize images, but whatever we did yesterday, it's still applicable to everything. So that's the same way we, no, like the payment is live, but the payment is live. You can make the payment. yes, go ahead and make the payment if you like that, but I will make some changes because like I put everything in the last moment. Go ahead and purchase it. It's a working button and stuff. So the blog archive template, maybe not today. The archive template, it already, it's like, it's going to take a lot of, it won't take a lot of time, but I'm like too hungry. So we did this. We did not optimize images. We did not scale on hover. Maybe I will do this. So what do you want me? Sorry. The bootcamp is live just like this. You join with me, and if you like the topic or if you have any questions, you can ask me. And if you want the recordings, all those recordings will be provided to you. And these are the benefits. Like in India, certifications are like very important. That's why we added this. If it is not like for people from other parts of the country, it's very affordable. It's only $9, not including the tax. And you don't need Oxygen Builder when you're working with me. So also you don't need any hosting because Oxygen is giving us everything. So it will be a 10 days bootcamp. Also, you will get access to the WordPress group, which me and a couple of other friends moderated heavily. So there will be spam, literally zero. So if you see any spam in the group, we will get rid of that immediately. And in the future, what we are planning to do is not just do Oxygen related stuff, also do something more related to the web development as well. So when you're trying to, so we talked about how to get your design system ready. So something on those lines where you can extend or build better websites with Oxygen or other web building tools or just WordPress as a whole. And we have some other interesting, crazy ideas. The first thing I want to mention is uh, things won't be like this. We will make this platform as a complete LMS powered with WordPress and Oxygen, and you will have your own separate account, and everything will be automated. The mailing, I made a stupid mistake today, so that things like that won't happen anymore because everything we will start making this like a very optimized stuff. So please go ahead and purchase it. I might get back to you to get your information and stuff regarding the payment. So don't worry, it's a very straightforward and interesting thing to do. Again, I think will this be enough for today? Can I end the session? And if you haven't already bought the full bootcamp, go ahead and please do this. Thanks a lot for joining. Maybe if you are okay with me ending this right now. If you are angry, please let me know. I'm sorry. I think we did good stuff today. We made a blog post template, and we also added a, let's make that homepage. So to make any other page homepage, what we have, so to make a different page as the home page, you go to settings and in reading. Home page is hacked on design system instead of, let's call it home page. We designed a page which is called home page and click on save. Okay, as bonus, I think this is for people who are already experienced with WordPress. We do this normally, but people who are new to WordPress are, maybe we are doing stuff differently, but let me show you how I back up websites. So we already invested some good amount of time, and after a couple of days, we won't have access to this Oxygen installation. So to do that, I'm going to add all-in-one WP migrator. So this is, they have a new thumbnail which is interesting. I think that's for the Christmas stuff. we are going to install all-in-one WP migration. It's a very straightforward way to migrate a website. It'll also show, like before doing that, delete anything that you don't need anymore. We don't need these two anymore, and we also don't need this plugin. We need all of the other stuff. Let's click on deactivate and let's apply. Now let's go to inactive plugins and let's delete all of them. It's done. Now go to in WP admin dashboard. You can see to the left side there is an option called all-in-one WP migration. Click on all-in-one WP migration. Then you have several options. One is to export. You can export that as a file. Recently, Mohammed suggested me to try something else. I'm going to try that, but before that, I think I personally used WP all-in-one WP migration a lot, so I keep on using it until I find something very affordable and also very reliable. So WP all-in-one WP migration has always been reliable to me. This is like 55 MB, which is good. So I've downloaded it. I'm putting it in my downloads. So this is the WordPress website that you need. This is the file that you need to what? To do what? To restore any website. So that's how you restore any website. It's downloading. You can see like it's downloading. Like imagine you are having a test instance, like people just come here to test Oxygen, and you are still getting around 1 Mbps of download. It's like very good. Kudos on the side of Oxygen. They did an incredible job. Like you can see, it's going near 2 KB, 2 Mbps. Very good. It's incredibly fast. What I will do is I will do some crazy stuff. Okay, we have downloaded it. Now I will import. Like, let's not import. Let's reset this entire website. Let's delete everything that we have here. Let's go to plugins. No, let's go to settings. Oh, what happened? In install plugins, you can see we have a tool which is called WP Reset. Let's open that. I'm just showing you how we can restore another website which we just created a backup for. In the bottom, you just type in reset and click on reset site. That's done. So after you do this, your website will be as good as a fresh WordPress installation, but you will have some plugins installed. Again, whenever you get any WordPress website, just clean the dashboard, the welcome screen. You don't need this. Okay. I think I should rate him. So let's go to plugins and see what do we have. I have all the plugins installed, but they are not activated. Let's see what do we have on the front page. The 2020 directory theme does not exist. Let's see what themes we have here. I think we deleted this. Let's activate Cadence. Just let it be. Let's see what we have on the front end now. So Cadence is taking care of the theming and stuff. Now we are trying to migrate our website. Let's go to plugins. We have to install WP all-in-one WP migration. Let's activate this and forget about everything else. Like you don't need to even care. So we need to import the backup. So let me tell you what's happening here. We have, this is our old website. We created a copy of it and we are having it with us. We put that in our pocket. Our pocket is our laptop. Now we have another website. We have another website which is running on a different server. We are going to take this backup and put that in our website. To do that, we also need to install all-in-one WP migration plugin, which we just did. Now we just have to go ahead and import that. So where did we do that? We saved that in downloads, and you can see this is .wpress extension. So it is going to take some time and it is going to install. Okay, let me go aside. I did not. So right now it is asking import process will override your website, including the database, media, plugins, and themes. Please ensure that you have a backup. Yes, we have a backup, madam. The import is successful. It is asking us to reassign Oxygen builder shortcodes. Let's do that. It's okay. Let's finish it. Let's go to. Remember, this was the page that we designed. So this is how you migrate any website in WordPress. Oxygen, it is also very easy to do this by using the same all-in-one WP migration plugin. We did that. It's so easy. So we saw how to create a custom blog post that will help us. So we saw today how to create a page with Oxygen, then how to handle dynamic data in Oxygen, then how to migrate a website in Oxygen. So we saw three different things. This is the end of 6 days of learning with Oxygen. Thanks a lot for joining, all of you. And if you haven't already purchased the full bootcamp, please do that by clicking this link. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate everyone joining. And yours, Laurent. I'm really sorry I'm butchering your name. But thanks a lot for asking questions and making the session very engaging. Your presence meant a lot. And have everyone have a good night. It's already 10:30 p.m. in the place where I live, and I'm super hungry. Again, thanks a lot for joining. I will let the tradition continue by putting in the banner the countdown.